Parents strongly caution the following programs are intended for mature audiences over the age of 18. These programs may contain some material that many parents would not find suitable for children and may include intense violence, sexual situations, coarse language, and suggestive dialogue.
Welcome to Turbo Geeks Ultra. I'm your host, Brandon, as always, with Mr. Sean Ryan.
Hi.
You have been gone for so long.
Yeah, it's like over a week. I keep forgetting that we were gone for like a total of 7 days instead of 5 days. And then,
Yeah. It
It's
was
been a
just
hot
so long.
Yeah. It was nice, though.
So Jeff fun?
Yeah, it was nice. It was
Yeah?
nice. Yeah.
Good. So, fun fact, this is the second time we're recording this episode because technology is fucking stupid.
Yep. Might as well just do 2 cans and a piece of string.
Yeah,
Just be like Rocky loves Emily.
It's ridiculous. Like, I went to upload it this morning, and it failed, and it kept failing, and it failed 3 times, and I'm like, what is happening? And then the video, I'm like, I'm done.
Yeah, and I was thinking about it, and I'm like, it might be a little bit better, because I was still feeling like crap when we recorded, to be honest. And I'm feeling 100 times better than I did, what was it, yesterday? Or 2 days ago. So I'm feeling 100% better, and we'll get into this episode, but I sent Brandon some gifts while I was in California, and they actually arrived today. So now he's actually able to show them off to you guys, and kind of works out for the better, I guess. So
yeah, I have this is actually going to be a VHS show and tell, because I have a stack. A stack. I got some more stack, like
stacks on stacks,
surrounded with VHS. So
yeah,
throwing this out there. If you don't like VHS, A, why are you watching this podcast, listening to this podcast?
yeah.
B, you're a communist. Anyway, so I want to start off real quick before we get into it, and want everybody to know that I finally stumped Sean with the movie of the week, and the episode failed. I was so sad. That's really what I care about the most.
Yeah.
So I was playing the movie behind us. We were a little further in.
Yeah.
I gave Sean some time to watch it, to figure it out. And I was like, hey, Sean, Bing, what movie's this? And the words, I don't know, came out of his mouth. And I'm gonna try to pull the clip out of Sean saying, I don't know, to put in this video just so.
I think I even did a wild guess. I was like, Critters. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I just.
You said Critters first, and I was like, is that your final answer? Yeah. Like,
no.
You didn't know. Got it. So.
Yep.
The movie of the week is Arachnophobia.
It's a great film.
Yeah. Got him.
I need to watch it again. It's been so long. I feel like I haven't seen that since I remember seeing that movie, renting it from Blockbuster with watching it with my family. I remember when my mom picked it up, and I remember watching it from Blockbuster.
Dude, it
was a long time ago.
It really is. Like John Goodman is just great. I
Yeah.
mean, great. Like I think of John Goodman in my mind. My top three John Goodmans. Okay, Dan from Roseanne, right?
Mm-hmm.
This, right? The Exterminator in this, okay, and the Cyclops and Oh Brother Where Art Thou?
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because like
Yeah.
issue is or issue is my constituents. It's
Yeah.
for some reason like it's great. So,
Yeah.
huh. Anyway, so I just wanted to be that to be out there that finally I stumped Sean.
Yep.
So
Good job.
you how do you want to do that? Do you want to tell everybody where you went? Get
Yeah.
kind of a
Sure.
rundown, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah. Sure. Went to California to go visit my sister and her husband at their house in Napa Valley. Actually, we went to two of their houses. They've got a like a mountain house about an hour away and more in the mountains. But they're all surrounded by the awesome vineyards and stuff. So that's what my sister does. She's a sommelier. I think that's how you pronounce it. Um, but she also works with Blackbird Vineyard. So it was really cool to see. You know, I, we took so it was me, my wife, our 2-year-old daughter, my cousin, and her son, who's 4 years old. So I was like, this should be a good trip. My wife thought the same thing. The anytime, my daughter and her cousin hang out, they always have a blast. They always keep each other entertained, and that's what we were thinking. This was going to be like pretty easy. The kids are going to have fun. We're going to have fun. It's going to be great. Um, so on the flight in, we had a connecting flight into Las Vegas. I didn't get really to have any fun because we were only there for like an hour. And of course, they got the slot machines there in Las Vegas airport. And I'm walking around with beer in my arms. I'm like looking at the, you know, uh, machines and stuff like to gamble. And they're like, you can't have a kid here. I'm like, okay, whatever. Um, but that first flight, I was like, I decided I'll have the two kids on my side. I'll watch them. You two girls have fun and relax. And it was a pretty good flight. They were both entertained. They had their.
Hold on. Can we talk about the fact that they got pissy and kicked out a toddler out of an airport casino?
Yeah, I thought
Like
that was kind of strange. I was like, she's in my arms, and I haven't even sat down at a table. I was just kind of looking at the machines, but whatever.
that's
There was like, yeah, like a little security guard like watching them.
it's like what you gonna do? Like hit the jackpot with her tiny little. She's gonna pull money out of your wallet, put it into the machine, pull the arm.
I thought about it. So two things crossed my mind: getting their grubby little nasty booger fingers all over everything. Two is that you got like someone who's totally addicted to gambling and just watches their kid like run off while their person's still like machine, machine, machine. So those are my two guesses.
Yeah, that's weird to me. Anyway,
It
so
is, yeah.
so the baby does a Ocean's 11 in the airport casino,
Yeah.
and go.
Yeah, so the flight in was pretty good because they just had their iPads and my daughter was just watching Bluey on her little portable DVD player. And we got in that first night. Sister picked us up and we just relaxed that first night. It was great. Just beautiful house, beautiful weather the whole week while we were there. Because even my sister was like, "Hey, especially if you plan on visiting San Francisco, you should probably bring like a jacket or a hoodie or something. It can get pretty windy and stuff." I'm like, "Nah, I'll be fine." It was perfect. It was just like a beautiful 70 degrees and like slight little breeze. It was just perfect the whole week. I couldn't have been happier.
Now, did she like forget that you just came from Ohio where it was still 38 degrees?
I think she's been too acclimatized with, California living now because I'm like, yeah, we're, us guys that are like in 30-degree weather, we're wearing t-shirts and shorts and sandals because we don't give a crap. It
Right.
feels great when it's 40 degrees.
My buddy always said, like, when you you go down to Florida in the winter, you can always see people that are from like cold.
Mm-hmm.
The people in like Florida, it's like 50 degrees.
Right.
Dude, to me, 50 degrees is shorts weather.
Yes.
Like
Agreed.
I wear
Oh,
shorts. Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I
So
wish I could wear them at work because I totally would.
that is a shame.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think the order. I think we went the next day. I think we just kind of went to a couple of local vineyards and just hung out. So there was one kid-friendly one. So it was kind of like a picnic setup. There's like live bands, a lot of people just wine tasting and stuff like that. So the girls, got a couple of white wines and stuff, and they made me try it. I'm not a huge wine guy in general, but it's funny because now I'm drinking wine. I'm trying to expand my palate.
Buddy, the only thing you are expanding is your waistline as much as you've been. Now,
Oh
dude, that's
my!
like one of the highest sugar content. Like,
Oh really? I was like, oh, maybe I'll be better because I'm not drinking like 3 beers a day and 2 glasses of bourbon.
no, it's just a box of wine.
Yeah.
You know, like
So they did white wine, and I'm not a huge fan of the white wine. I tried it and I was just like, nope, it just tastes like sour grapes to me. Found out I was not minding red wine, and I've had this in my cupboard for a long time. I don't know if you'll be able to pick this up, but it
yeah.
is Cooper and Thief, which have done stuff with Jameson. So I was like, I'll hold on to this. This is actually aged 3 months in bourbon whiskey barrels. So I was like, hey, yeah, I got to try that out. And it's not that bad. Not bad. Not bad at all.
Well, it's because you still get the bourbon on the back end.
I think so. Yeah, I
Yeah.
dig it.
That's the same with like the Kentucky Bourbon Barrel like beers and stuff. The
Yeah, the
stouts.
KBB. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but
Um, and
so
then
yeah,
hmm,
go ahead. Sorry, go ahead. Nope,
and then
we're good.
I think the next day we went to um my sister's actual winery, which we came to like a perfect day too, because this is kind of rare to see. They were actually bottling the wine. So this huge, like $500,000 truck comes in and like bottles their wine. So it like siphons certain wines out of their place and just bottles it there. So that was pretty cool to see. So they took us on the tour of the winery, like chasing my kid up and down these aisles of huge barrels. I'm just like, oh god, like freaking out.
Just domino effect of all the
Oh my
barrels.
god, that had run across my mind so many times. I'm like, oh, I've seen this in movies way too many times.
So this is all I can picture is some National Lampoons Vacation is what I was like hoping you would come back with a story,
Okay,
right?
yeah,
Like you go to the winery and you knock over the racks of wine, right?
oh my
And then
god,
you see the like truck that's sucking the wine out of the vats, right?
yeah.
And then you like try to be like slick and get your own wine out of it, right? Like I'm gonna sneak over here and sneak some, right? And it's actually like the Porter John Honey Dipper.
Oh
You know what I mean? You
yeah,
just
it's
like
like on. I try to sneak like it's like the unfermented, like unprocessed wine. It's just like gut rot stuff. Like,
yeah,
oh god.
yeah, and then then like I feel like you would get to your next destination, and you know you'd get to the island that you were going to, and John Candy's ghost would be like, "Sorry, folks, park's closed.
Oh gosh, I was
Moose
just
out
thinking
front should
about
have told you."
Sorry, folks, park's closed. The moose out front should have told you.
all right, folks, park's closed. Oh, John.
Oh, so good. Anyway, go ahead. So
But yeah, the nerve wracking was still up because after we took a tour, it was really beautiful and awesome, cool to see. Um, but the business side where they do all like the business calls and computer work stuff, they like share that space with an actual like art gala. So they have all these art pieces out, like a lot of stuff like furniture and pictures and models and all sorts of stuff just and the kids are running around knocking shit over. I'm like, oh my god, like they were like knocking these vintage 670 like 60s 70s like globes over. I'm like, stop it, settle down. So
it's Pebbles and Bam Bam from the Flintstones movie.
oh yes, oh my
crystal.
god, in the glass. Oh my gosh, that's how I felt. I'm like, like this one picture probably costs like more than I'll ever make in my lifetime. Stop it, settle down.
Or it's like some Mr. Bean stuff where like you get like paint remover
Yeah.
on these like priceless paintings. So
yeah,
like,
Whistler's mother. So he's like, oh, I'll touch this up. Nope.
and then you see Sean like doing this elaborate heist to get it out. So,
God, I love that movie.
that was a good one.
Love Rowan Atkinson.
That's so good.
But yeah, the kids weren't honestly too terrible, but after like 3 days in, they started doing that sibling thing that reminded me of a lot of me and my siblings growing up. Like they always had fun, but like 3 days in, they just had enough of each other. And it was like Vera. Well, it was mostly Vera. Like Callan was fine. He's like, I don't know what's wrong with her. I'm like, dude, she's a chick, man. Get used to it. Like she was just like, you are in my space. Get away from me. And she was just a diva queen the rest of the week. So that kind of sucked. So the wife, kind of said the same thing. So next time we go on vacation, let's do it without kids. And I was like, yeah, that was kind of defeated the purpose of the relax part. But this was like kind of our one last push before our kid comes next month, our next kid. So, it is what it is. We kind of knew that was going to happen. That's how I felt. If you listen to a couple of episodes back, I was like, this is how it's going to be. John Candy at Summer Rental. Like, I'm going to do everything I can, but everything goes wrong. But
whole Summer Rental. That's a good one too.
I mean, it really wasn't that bad. Like nothing chaotic really happened. But the next day, my sister and her husband put us in a hotel, the Hilton, downtown San Francisco. So that was cool. My first time in San Francisco.
Okay. Yeah, boy.
Yeah. I was like, hey, they're like, hey, like it's your first time here, like enjoy it. So it's like, wow, he even made like reservations for food later. So the Hilton was like right in Chinatown. So as soon as you walk out, you're like, boom, Chinatown, which is really cool to see.
Pork Chop Express just ripping through there.
Yes, that's how I felt like, because I was like, I've never experienced a Chinatown before, so it was really cool to see, and I was totally feeling that, like Big Trouble in Little China. I was just like looking down the alleyways, like
martial arts gang war in the
like,
alleys.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, nothing to see here. Just this wizard guy just shooting lightning out of his hands.
You just see these guys parading around in white robes with the machetes. You know what I'm talking about?
I've seen this before. This is not a parade. Where have I seen this? Semi truck comes out of nowhere. You're like, Jack Burton.
Wong's tour bus just like runs like. You're like, what? What is happening right now?
This has come to be. But that was cool to see. So it's only a few blocks, and then we went a few blocks and we ended up in Little Italy, and that was cool. We had I forgot the name of the restaurant, but we had some really good pizzas. We ordered way too much. We ordered 3 large pizzas, and we probably still had an entire pizza left between the 3. And then they, as an appetizer, they gave us this meatball this size, and we still split it. between the three of us, just as an appetizer. So by the time that pizza came, I was like, oh, buddy.
I've been training my whole life for this.
Yeah. But it was, I mean, we just still ate it for the next couple of days. And then we, went towards the boardwalk, saw that, and you could see Alcatraz from the boardwalk. I was like, man, I'd really love to see that. I'm like, there's no way like we're going to be able to go. We'd have to make reservations and pay for this. And it's probably really expensive and we're limited on time. So we're like, that's cool. At least I got some pictures from the boardwalk of Alcatraz. And then we saw there's a part on the pier where you can just hang out and watch seals. A bunch of seals would come up. And that was pretty cool. The kids were like, oh, look, seals. And seals doing their seal stuff. So
Racist. Seal stuff, sir.
I mean, most of them were just like, I want to do that right now. Most of them were just like basking. And I was like, man, that's so cool.
Sean's spirit animal is a seal.
Jump in the water a little bit and then come back and lay down. That's pretty much how I live my life.
Yeah, we have family up in Maine. So we the harbors and stuff, you'll see like these like rocks in the harbor and stuff. And then just big old chubby seals just like, yep. I'm here to eat your fish when you pull them in. Because dude, what they do is like in the harbors and stuff, like when the fishermen are like chucking guts and all the good stuff, all the not chum, but like they're cleaning the fish right there, and then they throw everything back in the water.
Gotcha.
That's snacks, bro.
Yeah.
You know? And even if it's not that, like the fish are coming in to eat said snacks. So the seals are just like,
what's up?
What's
This
up?
is a good spot.
let me get some of them little fish fingers, like
yeah.
So
yeah, my poor wife, like of course she's like 8 months pregnant at this point. So if you ever been to San Francisco, you've seen the movies. Their roads are like this, like 90-degree angles. So we're walking up and down these hills. I'm pushing Vera, and my poor wife's just trotting along. I'm like, it's okay, take your time. She's like, oh, this sucks. I'm like, I feel so bad for you. So we're like, yeah, we should start making our way back to the hotel because we got those dinner reservations. And we had dinner reservations in Little China. And they're like, you got to try these meals. And one of them was like this big, giant fried crab. Hopefully I'll have Tiny throw up some pictures of it on here because it was awesome. And the girls started talking more. They're like, we're here. And it sounds like they all want to go to Alcatraz too. So they ended up just go ahead and buying tickets for Alcatraz bright and early in the morning. I'm like, oh, hell yeah. So I'm like, are we just going to party and cruise to town for the rest of the night? I'm like, no, you got kids. So we're all like, yeah, I'm pretty tired anyway. So it was like,
right.
After we ate, I was like, yeah, it's 9 o'clock. Let's go to bed.
Well, it was, it's funny because it's a Friday night right now. We are recording on a Friday night, right?
Right.
Ren went and got her hair cut right after work, right? And I'm like, hey, let's have a date night and go get a steak dinner. And she goes, I don't want to put clothes on. No. And I'm like, hey, let's not, like.
I probably just screwed that up.
Oh, what'd you do?
You broke the cork off in there. I'm not a wine person. Sorry, everybody.
Oh.
It's probably going to fall. The rest of it's probably going to fall in there.
Your sister would be so disappointed in you.
Yeah, I know, right? And I've got I've got wine toppers, I think, that I used for some of my bottles somewhere.
Sorry, the internet is laughing at you right now.
I know, right?
Clint? Are you here?
Oh, yep, there it goes. It went in.
Yep. Too late now.
Yep. So
now
I will have cork and wine.
Now you'll just have to don't finish the bottle because this will be like the third episode you've been drunk by the end of it.
Look at all that. Look, there's just cork in the wine. Whatever.
Hey, fiber makes you poop right.
That is why we have Weller, son.
All right, so now that you've totally took us off trails, ooh wee, that was hot. You got
What,
some
this?
of that dad bod.
Yeah.
Little,
God.
we got a little peep, a little peep show over there. Anyway, so you got tickets to Alcatraz.
Yeah, so
You met Connery.
God, I wish. So that was one of the reasons why I've always wanted to go see Alcatraz. Love the movie The Rock, and love So I Married an Axe Murder. So I've always wanted to see lots of parts of San Francisco because I love that movie. Escape from Alcatraz is another good one, Clint Eastwood. But I think the tickets were for 9:30. We got there a little bit early, and they actually let us board a little bit early at like 9:10. They're like, "Yeah, you already paid up. Just go, get on." So we got there, and it was really funny because there's already a park ranger there, like greeting us, and he just had the exact same setup as everything, like in Sorry Made an Axe Murder.
Hello, everyone. I am a park ranger, and I will be leading you on the tour. All of the park rangers here at Alcatraz were at one time guards, myself included. My name is John Johnson, but everyone here calls me Vicky. Will you please follow me?
I'm just waiting for him to tell me. He's like, "I'm your tour guide, Vicky." But there was a lot of like small groups that they would take you and talk you through stuff, or you can put on audio tapes. I'm like, that's not going to happen with these kids because as soon as I got in the island, I'm pushing Vera in her little stroller, and it was like as soon as I'd stop, she'd start screaming. I'm like, I don't want to deal with that. So I was like, as long as we're moving and seeing new things, like she was like pretty chill about it. So I was kind of going at my own pace while the girls and Callan were going at their own pace. But we got to see everything I wanted to see visually. We got to go everywhere in Alcatraz and outside. But they had like a lot of cool restored vehicles that were on the island. Learned a lot of stuff about I didn't even know. There was a American Indian occupation on the island that I didn't even know occurred. That something they never taught us in schools.
Oh yeah, no, because that's
Of
America.
course. Well, yeah, that there's the exact reason why. So I've got the Alcatraz tour
It's a
guide.
pamphlet.
Yeah, pretty cool. So you can see the island there.
Thanks, Dad.
Yeah. Yeah, this is where we're going. Yeah. So there's a really cool cutout here part on it. Activists occupied.
Hold on,
Alcatraz.
time out. How big is that? Has that little section
What little section?
that you're about to read?
I was just going to read like a sentence or two.
But I'm saying, like, how big is it on that whole pamphlet?
What do you mean?
So in that entire pamphlet, is that about that whole back?
No, I would say there's a small section. So this one's like the nature of Alcatraz.
Okay, my point is there's an entire brochure about, and like there's only like a smidget of a Native American occupation.
It's true. Like,
on there.
Luckily,
like sweep it under the rug thing.
To be honest, they did a really good job. There was a whole room dedicated to the American Indian occupation, and I was really happy to see that because there was a lot of info. There was like 3 different movies going on that you could watch and sit down, and a whole bunch of Native American stuff that was left behind, and pretty cool to see.
Right. Well, you can read your part. I was just curious. Like,
I just thought this was interesting. Activists occupied Alcatraz a total of 3 times. The first in 1964 when they stayed for only 4 hours. 5 years later, in 1969, a small group landed on the island and claimed it in the name of the Indians of all tribes, a landmark of interiorable corporation.
Words.
Yeah. A full-scale occupation began 11 days later on November 20th and lasted for 19 months. So I could go on and on. This actually goes on for a while, but it was pretty cool to see because there was a lot of locals from San Francisco, like supporting the Native Americans being there and occupying it. So they were bringing in food and clothing and all this stuff. And other Native Americans were coming in and living there. And they ended up occupying there because the government kicked them off their own land. And sure enough, government kicks them off again. And it was just because it was, federal government land that was not being used whatsoever. But it was kind of sad to see, but very interesting to find out because I had no idea anything about it. But pretty cool history lesson.
Now the only so I think it's probably I'm gonna say it's Ghost. Ghost are the reason why they left. They were staying there chilling, and you're like, you know what? Nah, I'm good.
I was
I'm out.
hoping to get that vibe. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was between all the people being there. There had to be like 500 people on the island while we were there. I mean, at no point where I felt like I was doing this kind of number. But it was very crowded, very early in the morning, very bright. All the windows are missing and stuff, so a lot of light was shining in to all the buildings. So I never really got the creepy vibe, never got any chills or anything like that. I know you did when you were at where at?
We went to the Mansfield. It was the state reformatory where they did
Oh.
Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah. Yeah, that looked pretty cool because I remember seeing, and that might be part of it too, because I remember seeing a lot of your photos that there was like a lot of fatigue, a lot of rust, a lot of paint chipping. Everything looked like it hasn't been touched in centuries, and this was actually pretty updated, like painted in a lot of rooms, pretty well kept up for what it was.
Ohio, California.
Yeah, that's true. Got to think about that funding. Holy crap! Because that was one of the funny things in the brochure that my sister handed me, like stuff to go visit while you're in San Francisco, and it was like two of the first three things. Rule number one: there are a lot of homeless. I'm like, yeah, we found that out while we were going through town. Number two, everything's really expensive. And surprisingly enough, I felt like I think it was probably because my sister accommodated us so well, so we really didn't have too many expenses while we were there. But we only spent because we threw everything, like, let's throw everything on one card for this trip and then we'll pay it off later or whatever. It was only about $800, which really wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. But definitely that's probably where we spent most of our money, because the tickets alone, I think, were like $150 between all of us. Just to go to Alcatraz.
I mean, dude, that's not bad if you think about it. Like, you spend what, 4 hours there?
Yeah, I'd say we're probably about.
Yeah. Again, California, right?
Yeah.
Ohio, we spent like $40.
How long were you guys there? Like, how big is
all day?
Oh, okay.
I don't even know how long we were there. I know we got there in the morning and was hungry by the time we left. So
yeah, because while we were there, it was like lunchtime by the time we got out.
So not to be rushy, but I want to get to the best part of the whole vacation. Like, I don't give two shits about your wine or your Alcatraz or any of that other garbage. I want to talk about the phone call, because that was the best part.
All right. Let me look. I think we're about there anyway. So we left Alcatraz. It was really fun, cool to see, awesome. I recommend it if you ever end up in San Francisco. We left there, went over to the Golden Gate Bridge this time, as we were leaving, so that was cool. On their way to their mountain house, which is like an hour drive from San Francisco, wasn't bad, and beautiful landscapes. Really cool to see all the mountainous beautifulness of California. Oh my lord! So we ended up there and crashed, had fun, and I'll just go about the pizza before we get to your stuff. So one of those nights while we're at the mountain house, my sister has this awesome, huge stone fireplace thing at their mountain house that the previous owner put in. So we we made our own little personal pizzas, and they were probably the best pizzas I've ever had. They were amazing, perfectly crisp. I was amazed. You just shove and make a little fire in the corner. She literally shoved my pizza in there for less than a minute, came out perfectly crisp. Amazing. But so the next day,
Yay!
because you're so busy,
Bro, we got this is a nostalgia podcast, so California's cool, but the retro hunter on the inside of you
that's
came
cool.
through.
Well, hey, someday when I'm 60 years old, that will be nostalgia, I guess. Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe for the baby,
Yeah, that's true.
if she remembers it.
Yeah, she won't.
Yeah,
2
because I was
years
gonna say
old.
because she's still at the age where she knows all the secrets of the universe.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Past life experiences,
yeah, she knows all that stuff.
stuff.
So.
Yeah.
When's her birthday? When she turned 4?
12/12.
Okay. On 12/12, she will forget all of it.
Yeah.
You know, like literally, like she knows everything until they turn 4 years old, and bam. Anyway, so
Yeah.
the
So
phone
yeah,
call.
my sister and I decided to go out and get a few supplies. So we went out, got some food, and I was like, "Hey, D, I noticed a couple of thrift stores on the way in. Is there any
Mhm.
good ones?" And she's like, "Yeah, well, let's go check some out." So we walk right in. I walk right past all the old lady stuff, like glassware, old lady dresses, and I was like, "Well, I should probably give Tiny a call because there are a lot of VHSs here. Oh my god!" So, sir, would you like to show you what? So I ended up finding all these VHSs. I put like the good ones in the pile, and
We were on the phone for like 30 minutes.
yeah, it's pretty bad because I call him. I was like, "Dude, I got like 9 VHSs set up for you right now. What else are you looking for? Because they probably got it." And he said like 3 more, and we found those 3 more. So, and then I also found some Mighty Morphin Power Rangers puzzles. Threw those in
I got
there.
those two. I got
Oh,
those two. They're
sweet.
right here. Yeah.
So yeah,
I got 'em.
show what I sent you.
right.
$30 later,
All right. So,
I sent it to him.
fun fact: my big box of VHS came from Cali. Okay.
Yeah.
So what that tells me is between what you found and what I found, VHS collecting is not a thing in California.
Right.
They're not doing all this stuff out. So, with that being said, I found I didn't find. Sean Ryan found. Okay. I'll give you all the credit on this one.
Thanks.
We ended up with a classic old Mike Judge special. Bam! Beavis and Butthead Do America.
Yeah.
So good. It's pretty crisp for being in a thrift store. Let me tell you, because thrift stores get kind of,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
No molding. I didn't see any molding on any of these tapes, so
Nope.
it's a good run there. Okay, so we got that one. We got. Oops. This is a cool one. This is a Lethal Weapon.
Yeah.
But the best part is most of these movies still have. So they leave the cellophane and the the plastic on the movies, so the cases stay crisp.
Mm-hmm.
So all these
And,
cases,
just cut out the bottom.
yeah, they cut the bottom out so movie will slide, but the Cover's
Smart.
nice and crisp.
Smart.
Right?
Wish I thought of the same thing when I was a kid.
Right? Yeah. So we got that one.
And that was, hey, mind you, that was one of the ones he asked for too, because I didn't have that on standby. They're like, "Do they have Lethal Weapon?" And I'm like,
Right.
"Yup."
Because I'm looking for now. This is a more. I have never seen it. Okay. It's a little rough. It looks like a smoker owned the tape,
Mhm.
but because of the cellophane, it it holds like good, right? So, Ruthless People. I have never seen this movie.
I have not yet either, but I saw the cover. I'm like, "Oh my god, that's Danny
Yeah.
DeVito," and that
Right.
looks amazing.
And it looks cool as hell, right?
Yeah.
It does have some water damage on it as far as like the case goes. It's like warpy, you know.
Mhm.
But as far as like the cassette itself, if I can get it out without taking the plastic off, gimme, thank you. So apparently, it's a super long movie.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
wow.
but there's like some hardcore yellowing on it, so I don't know
Weird.
how.
Or maybe
How
that's
good it's gonna
actually
work.
yellow, or is it actual yellowing?
I don't know. That's the problem. Like,
I might have to do some research on it.
yeah. So, and it makes me wonder: is it a like demo maybe or
Yeah.
something? See these. Working
Yeah, I saw
cases.
that and I was like, I'm interested in seeing this movie because I have never seen it, so I definitely want to watch it.
And then we got some ones that I've been looking for. I love the old Disney cartoons and stuff. We got some Tailspin.
Yeah,
You know, found some Tailspin.
saw that, had to pick it up.
Yeah, I asked. Got my Jurassic Parox.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
and those were clean. And those were, and actually had a different Jurassic Park one picked up first, and then I saw that other one that was cleaner.
cleaner.
So I picked it
Yeah,
up. Mhm.
yeah. I got yeah. This is these are actually both fairly clean. One of my favorite Christmas movies of all time as a kid, and then as an adult, Muppet Christmas Carol.
Same.
Dude,
Oh yeah.
it is one of the best renditions of the Christmas Carol I've ever seen.
Agreed.
That's
Yep.
just fact. That's just super fact.
Yeah. One of the ones yeah, my siblings and I watch all the time.
And then speaking of Christmas, this is the second best version of Santa Claus. Tim Allen, Santa Claus.
Yeah.
John Ryan, do you know the first Santa Claus?
Well, anything involved with Kurt Russell.
Yeah, it just makes it perfect. That's right. Kurt Russell's the greatest Santa Claus alive. And then this one is actually yours.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why it ended up in my stuff.
I just had to send it. Fun fact too is that my sister saw that and I was like, "Yep, gotta buy it." And she had never seen Keeping Up Appearances, and I sent that to her while we were here in California because it's British and funny, and we love our British humor. And her husband is actually British, and he's like, "Oh my god, I used to watch that show all the time." And the woman in that show is literally my mother. It's just a British old lady, like, oh, how adorable. It's great.
Moving through here, man, we got Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
Yeah,
Bingo,
classic.
bango, bongo, right there. Then these are the. Oh, we got one. I got one more. So I have a box set, but I do not have the individuals on these. We got the old Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Like I said,
Semi-sealed.
it's semi-sealed. He kept saying that. I'm like, Sean, it's not semi-sealed. It's just got not all the way open. Like,
Yeah.
it's not
Semi-sealed.
But it's crisp. They did a good job keeping the plastic on there, man, to get it. Now, this is probably one of the coolest one
Oh,
in the
I'm not
bunch
sure which one. Yeah.
because Sean didn't even know this existed.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The slipcover style.
Yeah, yeah. So I had to give Sean an education, but Sean found an Encino Man demo tape. It's a full-length screener for it's a screener. I don't know how else to describe it. But Sean has never seen a squeeze case
I've never owned
like
one.
that. Well,
Mine's
dude,
very
back in the day, like the family home videos and stuff like that, like this is the kind of case they would have.
nice.
So if the movie was on the shelf,
Yeah, that makes sense because we always went to Blockbuster. There was never the only time we went to family home videos, like when I was, over at my friend's house or something that
right,
had that closer to their house.
right. But yeah, man, and it's funny because it shows the the movie grading on the back of how it did that summer.
Oh wow,
And
I didn't even
dude,
notice that.
yeah, so I'm like looking at it, and it's Encino Man, Wayne's World, Lethal Weapon 3, Patriot Games, Batman Returns, and Alien 3. Okay,
That's cool.
Alien 3 scored a C in the box office apparently when that summer came out.
Wow.
And I'm like, that's neat.
So those are all from like top to bottom scores.
Yeah. So this scored better than Wayne's World, Lethal Weapon
Wow.
3, Patriot Games, Batman Returns, and Alien 3
Wow. Wow.
on Cinema Score.
Hmm.
So, but yeah, that's a neat one to the collection.
Yeah.
So, but then Sean pulls out a bro. You didn't even know what you had.
Well, at least I saw it. I was like, well, one, that is a really amazing movie. Like, totally like our kind of movie. And I was like, it's sealed. I'm going to get this.
So, and I knew it had somebody. What did you pay for these a piece?
They were all like $1 a piece.
Okay.
What killed me was the shipping. Send it to me.
That's all right, because all of these VHS and the shipping could all be paid for the sealed copy of Tank Girl.
Yeah.
Dude, it's like $40-$50 like was the last sold on the eBay like
For a
recently
sealed
sold
version.
Yeah, for sealed. Yeah. I mean, granted it's a little beat up.
Mhm.
But it's still solid.
Right.
It's still solid. Like the corner's got some give to it. The box is squished,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's still a sealed copy. So this, I'm gonna say, what year did this come out in? 95. So this has stood the test of time, and I'm kind of upset that it's sealed because I can't watch it.
I mean, you can.
I'm not you, Sean. I can't open things with that. All right.
Open all the things.
So that was it for Sean's
Yeah.
endeavor.
Oh, small like quib, like, so on the way back we ended up stopping, like our connecting flight was at the oh crap, that infamous airport in Colorado with all the conspiracy theory stuff.
Yeah.
I wanted to go and explore and all that, but the place was so huge and we are so limited on time. I couldn't go explore and see all these things, but all the places that I did find, like after I looked up online, they ended up taking down a lot of that stuff that was so controversial and stuff.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
like, damn it! Like I wanted to like see all this stuff, and of course,
It's like I want to see the giant fucking
I did see that. Like you could
Did
see
you?
that like flying in. Like yeah, Blucifer, the giant blue pale horse. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, speaking of something cool and demonic,
Yeah.
I found an actual VHS from my actual childhood in the wild.
Oh yeah, yeah.
At some point in my life, I have touched this VHS. I guarantee I have,
That's so crazy.
and I found it in the wild.
Yeah.
So I went to the store that I don't name because I want you all to stay away from it. And I was like, huh. I was like, I like that movie. And I saw this little like sticker on the top of it, and I giggled to myself. I was like, haha. My friend's mom used to do that to all of her movies. She would put like a sticker across the top with her name on it.
Mm.
So I pick up this copy of Cujo, right? Stephen
Yeah.
King classic, dude, right? And I look across the top, and it is our friend Jay's mom. Like this
That's
is
so crazy.
it's one of the movies that like she had in her collection.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, Jay's mom was like the place we went to go borrow movies.
And
Like
so at that point, was that house in Johnstown or Sunbury?
that one was in yes,
Probably still Johnstown.
there was
probably.
Johnstown, and there was Genoa, and then
But yeah, even then, that's still
Yeah.
good 30, 45-minute drive. The fact that that still ended up in your hands, like
right, like how and like so, and she gave them like I guess I talked to Jay, she gave them up like got rid of them a long time ago.
yeah,
So it's just been fun, and dude, and I go to the store all the time. So like, where did it come from? Did somebody like
right. Someone just said,
pick them up,
screw it.
and then traded them in, and yeah. So and then I found same day I found another cool one, the old Princess Bride. Yeah.
Nice.
So that's another good one. That's in great shape, dude. I'm gonna rip through because I got a stack here.
Yeah, that's fine.
Um,
Should have brought back the board games. We picked up Princess Bride and Goonies while we were there. Board games. We couldn't figure them out because they're so difficult. So should have brought back Princess Bride.
I got a
for you.
buddy that actually does tabletops.
That's into that stuff. Maybe
yeah,
we should have him on.
Rolling with the beard. I'll ask him. See what happens. So I found another one of my favorite movies from my middle school years, dude. Night at the Roxbury.
Nice. Oh yeah,
Like
classic.
it's so
What
funny.
is love?
Yeah, dude, so funny. And I was like, Emilio. And then today, bam,
Karate Kid.
Karate Kid
Nice.
came out, boy. Like I was like, man, that's in great shape.
Yeah.
That's in real good shape. So I picked that up because classic.
Yeah.
And then another one I found today. It's probably one of the most wholesome, cute, heartfelt, feel-good movies with the most absolute fucked up like backstory ever.
And thank you, because I actually loved this movie from my childhood, and I had no idea about it until
And
you
I
told
ruined
me.
it for you. Yep,
Yep,
you're welcome.
you sure did.
And I'm about to ruin it for everybody else. Okay? Milo and Otis.
Milo and Otis.
Do you want to hear why this is a totally fucked up movie?
Maybe they should just go and do their own damn research
No,
instead of just ruining.
I'm going to tell it because I'm going to ruin everyone's childhood, okay? They killed like 20 kittens.
That can't be that can't be right.
Dude, I'm
That's
okay.
So many.
Challenge me. Put in the comments if I'm wrong. There was so many. If you watch the end credits, they always have like the National Humane Society.
What do they put? Like dead cat, dead cat, dead cat, dead cat, dead cat.
No. Whenever there's movies that have animals in it, it's the Humane Society puts that stamp of approval because they oversee it.
Okay.
Right? Guess what movie doesn't have it? Milo and Otis and Cannibal Holocaust. Like,
yeah, definitely Cannibal Holocaust.
yeah, like, dude, this is right up there. Like they could be sequels. That's how much death is in this movie. Dude, do you remember when the little kitten like fell off the cliff? right? And it was falling. Yeah. Yeah. They threw the cat off the cliff, Sean.
Oh
They
my
took it. They took a kitten and
God.
threw it off. Remember when the little kid was hurt in his little paw? Because they stepped on it and broke its paw so it would limp.
Oh my God.
Bro.
That's horrible.
Fucked up. Where's
Yeah.
my cannibal Holocaust? Like,
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty messed up.
that's why I will not let you show this to your daughter. And I was like, "Has your daughter seen it yet?" And you're like, "Oh no, we're gonna
No.
show it to her." And I'm like, "No, you're not."
No.
Like, you know, you ever wonder how many pugs were eaten by bears? Like, because it battled a bear. You know what I mean? Like, dude, there's so much messed up stuff. So,
My God.
you're welcome.
Yeah, thanks for ruining that, bud.
Hey, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But it's okay because they could come back in this movie. Bam, Dawn of the Dead.
Dude, I'm so jealous of that. That's one of my all-time faves.
This is a Kent Chungus special right here, baby.
Yeah,
Actually, I
it
got
is.
one. I got one for Kent Chungus because we actually talked about it in our episode, and it's really funny. That's the next one. Okay, but it's a beautiful copy of Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah, I like it.
And
It's
I mean, dude, it is crispy.
I like it.
The box is still squared. you
Yeah,
know?
I would love to
Nice
have
sharp
that in Day
corners.
of the Dead.
Yeah. So, Tremors.
Hey, Tremors. Yep.
Tremors is such a good dude. I have seen all like 17 of these bitches.
Oh yeah, you got
There's so many, dude. And I remember my grandma actually showed this to me when I was a kid. My grandma's like, "I think you'll like this movie. You should watch it."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "All right, Granny, I'll watch it." You know, fucking loved it, man. It was so good.
Same. Oh yeah.
So good. All right, we got one more, and then we're gonna get to the toys that I've obtained.
Oh God.
Oh, two more. I'm sorry, two more. Okay. So while you're out there in the Congo looking for stuff like ancient civilizations and giant diamonds to put in laser beams for satellite space, and then you have sick gorillas that are like half dead, mutated, attacking you, and they get
There
fought
you
off
go.
by a sign language speaking gorilla. Like, oh, Congo's so good. I mean, it's so out there. It's so out there. It's so. Oh God, Congo was so good. All right, so, but here's the big one. This one made Sean's panties tight.
Which one was it?
Oh, which one was it? Somebody won't shut up about it and bought a toy.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yep. Yep.
Bam.
So jealous. That is.
I got a
beautiful.
crispy spawn. Now, so
crispy spawn.
crispy.
Hey!
So this
crispy.
obviously is not the original release. It's a director's cut, right?
Oh, that's better. Way better.
Yeah. So it comes with additional footage, interview with Todd McFarlane.
Ooh, that's cool.
And the Making of Spawn featurette.
Dude.
Yeah. Here's the best part. When Kent Chungus was on this episode, we talked hella shit about the graphics in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
It says right on the cover, special effects movie event of the year.
They were pretty sweet in certain parts of the movie. All right.
It says it on the cover, Sean.
Now that's his name. Like the only really bad things were like Malbosia and Hell. Like Malbosia and Hell were just
everything
so
else
god awful. But like Spawn and his cape were amazing.
Oh yeah.
And then the clown and even in like clown demon form, those were really good too.
So I also picked up some cool toys.
Yeah,
well, not toys.
I'm not recalling, so
they're collectibles, okay? They're collectibles.
Yeah.
So, if I can't have a Gary Busey Funko Pop, I'm gonna have the next best thing. His son,
Ace.
Nice. Ace Levy from Starship Troopers, boy.
That's cool.
It was funny because somebody posted on there when I posted it, right? Because I post stuff on my Instagram for our Instagram. They said if any Funko ever needed teeth, like
yeah,
he's
my
the one
Lord.
that should have had it, right?
Any Busey for that matter. Dear Lord.
So, and then today in the mail, I came home, and there was a little something special on my front porch. So, a friend of the show, Piper from PCA Toys, right?
Link somewhere here.
Woo, there it is. PCA Toys. He does, they got the store, and then he does his whatnot sales and stuff. So he got a whatnot sale, and I picked up a pop from him. So if you guys need pop figures or any kind of, actually, if you're looking for collectibles in general, check out his website, PCAtoys.com.
He's got it all.
He's got some good stuff. So, but anyway, so I picked up this little doozy. Boop. Little Chucky on the cart, man, from Child's Play 2.
On cart, like what?
Yeah.
What cart?
When he got his body cut in half.
Got you now, Andy. And you know what I'm gonna do to you? I'm gonna cut off your legs too.
I'll put the scene up. Yeah, he's on the little cart, like trying to stab him. Yeah, bam, got the pop.
That's cool.
But so, and we know, I don't. What you know? What I'm gonna ask you, Sean. Sean, what's my golden rule?
You don't ever pay full price.
That's right. Say hello to my first Game Gear game. Power Rangers.
Oh, hey, Power Rangers.
So now I need a Game Gear, but I have the game, right?
Yeah.
So I picked up, and what I'm about to show is I picked up 3 of these. Okay. For $10 a piece. Okay. And it's a funny story because when I went to go pick these up, I bought 2 of them, and I told the lady, I was like, "Hey, if you get any more of this stuff, like, let me know. Like, I'm your guy. I'll buy." Right?
Yeah.
She goes, "I have one more sitting in my kitchen right now." And I didn't have any cash for it, right? So I'm like, she's like, "Well, if you have cash apps."
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, I called Sean, like, "Sean, right now, just give me $10 and I'll send it back to you, dude." Just like,
okay, sent.
So I picked some of the Lightning Collection Power Rangers up for $10 a piece, man.
Yeah, that's
nobody was biting on these things. I'm like, dude, I can't find these in store. I mean, they're not perfect, right, by any means, but bro, for $10,
still in box. That looks pretty
Yeah.
clean.
Yeah, but see, like the sticker on the bottom, like, ate it up, so it's an
Oh.
imperfect. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, all the cool people take them out of boxes, anyways.
Fuck you. So I actually have 2 of this one, and this is going to be our next giveaway for the month of May.
Woo! May giveaway. You heard it here, folks.
May giveaway. Are you ready
so
for this?
If you're interested,
bam.
Pink
Bink's Lightning Collection could be yours. And bro, he is super dope.
Yeah, that's cool.
So, with that being said, I will be setting up the giveaway. We will be setting up the giveaway, I should say, for this. And we will give all the details on our Instagram, Turbo Geeks Ultra Podcast, all one word. Check it out.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned for all the goodies come from. Huh. I think I'm out of everything.
That it?
Oh no! Ah, psych. No. So these are the puzzles, circa 1993, that
Oh,
Sean
hey.
Ryan sent me.
Yeah.
Look who it is.
Sphinx again.
Again.
I just thought they looked cool, and they were
Dude, they do.
$1 a piece.
Oh, bro.
I'm like,
And-
even the boxes, they just look cool.
And Sean, these are actual like from our childhood. So
Yeah,
they fit.
exactly.
These aren't like remans. These are 93. It says it
Yeah.
right on the box.
Yeah.
So there's Sphinx. And then here is the, and I'm kind of upset because Sean Ryan gets me a gift. And it doesn't even put the puzzle together to let me know if all the pieces are there. So
No, that's a half fun, man. You got to put it together.
ridiculous. Anyway, then there's my Megas Award. Bam! Look at
Yeah.
this.
Well, the reason why we were like, maybe we should put these together. And then we spent literally all night trying to figure out how to play the Princess Bride game. And I
Right.
gave up on figuring out how to play the Goonies game. I'm like, oh my God, these are overwhelming. But
He
still
said, "I'm
look
done."
really fun. Yeah, I pulled everything out, played with all the figures and stuff, and read all the instructions and was like, I'm too drunk for this.
Sean, at this day and age, you're pretty much too drunk for anything. You're too drunk for a podcast. You're too drunk for macaroni and cheese.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Just how I live my
Still love
life.
Now, so I know quick honorable mentions because I'm not pulling these all down because it's been so long, but I have a bunch of movies up here too that I obtained that are.
But you
know,
won't pull them down.
I'm not pulling them down, man, because I don't want. This isn't the VHS hour and 45 minutes looking at all of Brandon's VHS. Jesus Christ! But I got some cool ones up there too. I definitely got some Kurt Russell goodies. You know, Stargate, Tombstone,
yeah.
shit like that. But yeah, so hey,
A lot
It's
of
May.
Mighty
It's
Morphin.
it's May.
It's May.
Fanboys end of the month.
Oh shit.
That just dawned. Uh-oh.
Man,
Oops.
it's coming up quick. Yeah. Oops. I gotta stop spending money if I can go.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah. So Fanboy Expo, at least Brandon will be there. I'm not sure if I'll be there.
Hold on now. Don't get too excited. We might have to push it to December for GalaxyCon.
Yeah. Well, GalaxyCon,
forgot.
you have to go to that one.
I will be at
Because-
GalaxyCon come hell or fucking high water.
Jason will be there. Jason,
Yeah.
David, Frank.
I will fight any of you to go. So
Yeah.
let it be a challenge. You know, hey, there is one person I do want to fight though.
Who's that?
We're gonna call this segment Douchebag of the Week.
Oh, okay. We should
Yeah.
do this all the time.
Well, we better not do this anymore.
Oh, okay.
We got a 1-star review on fucking Apple.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Let's hear it.
Yeah, all right. It says, don't even waste your time. Absolutely awful. Thank goodness it appeared they came to their senses and stopped putting out episodes. You ain't that lucky, bitch.
Yeah, we're still here, bitch.
So, the username Bam Marvel can go fuck himself.
Yay!
All right.
Go fuck
So-
yourself, man, Marvel.
Make him famous.
Yeah.
Dude, and I tried to like find him because like most
that
people
tag,
that
yeah.
tag, you know what I mean? So yeah, I hope it's one of you guys that still listens. Dude, I hope he listens out of spite.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
you know what I mean?
probably it's probably
Like-
one of our close friends fucking with us, or yeah, just like the one of the people that know us that just absolutely fucking hate us.
Probably it's probably somebody you like peed next to in a urinal and they saw the size of your manhood and was like, "What
Jesus
the fuck?"
No, probably not.
So, all right. Well, go to our store, TurboGeeksUltra.com. Check it out. Get some stickers, some shirts,
Help us
whatever
out.
you want. Help us
Hey,
out.
shout out to who did just buy us some stickers off of our website. Thank you so much. I don't know. Yeah, we'll just throw it out there. Eric, thank you so much. We really do appreciate it. That
Well,
was a huge, huge help.
he won the giveaway because he's like one of the only 2 people to follow the rules.
Literally, yeah. Well, yeah. So he's one of the 2 that entered in the giveaway correctly, and we
It was literally a coin flip. It was a literal coin flip in the randomizer. Like,
yeah,
it's like
50-50 chance.
So,
and so I felt bad, honestly, because I told him that. I was like, dude, I actually meant to put stickers in your giveaway. But he's like, no, dude, like, I like what you guys are doing, and I thought I'd help out. So thank you so much for doing that.
so I think his girl needs a Turbo Geeks Ultra tank top because we now have those too. And
Oh, hey.
I'm sure, maybe his mom or his neighbor could also like. I mean, it's just throwing it out there. So
I mean, apparently his girl is pretty cool because I was asking him about the bollocks, what we were just talking about that he sent me. I can't think of the name of that.
what?
I
need your words, Mr.
the
Ryan.
in. Oh God, it's blurry. In Trinavision.
What? I'm so lost. Of what
It's
you're saying.
It's a really old console. It came out like during like the Atari days. In television.
In television?
Yeah, dude. So they have one, and he was telling me about how his girl like loves playing the Intellivision. I was like, dude, that's cool because I have never played that personally. I've always played the Atari, and he sent me a picture of the Intellivision they have and several games.
Yeah, I know he. And I mean, not to get too much into his life, but he was like messaging. He's like, "Hey, is this worth anything?" I'm like, "Yeah,
yeah, I'd hold on to that."
like, dude, like people, like, so I'm like sending him stuff. Like, this is where you go look. Like, dude, okay, I'm throwing this out there for everybody for a little bit of knowledge. Oh, the old Turbo T-Rex is about to spit some knowledge at you. Okay, so what you do is, and this is not a secret, okay? You look at the sold items in eBay.
Mm-hmm.
So you search for a VHS, and if it's got a barcode, you can scan it. It's dummy proof. It's great. Okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, you search for this. So take, for example, my Alvin and the Chipmunks cassette tape, right? I'm like, man, I wonder if this is, sold or worth anything. I pull up eBay and I go, bloop, and it pulls it up. And then you look at the sold items and it lets you know if you got a piece of junk or it's got some worth to it.
Right.
So just keep that in mind if you guys are hunting or, looking. Like, there is knowledge out there that lets people know. Or,
yeah, if you're into flipping, if you're into like nostalgia collecting and flipping, if you want to try flipping, because there was, I saw you're the one that told me about that while I was looking. I found that huge box of the Crash Dummy toys that we had, from the 90s, and it was pretty high. It was going for more than it was, and I'm like, is $65 too much for this? And it kind of was, but I was like, this is still really freaking cool. And I didn't know that I could just check the price on what it was going for on a whim. So,
dude, when I barter,
mm-hmm.
I always cut it in half.
Okay.
That's my when I barter, and I'm pretty good at it. I cut it in half. Okay. If they go 60, okay, I'm like, man, I'm gonna pay 60, but I'll pay 30 for it right now. And they're like, oh, I don't know if I could, he's like, I'll do 50. And I'm like, no, I'll and then you split the difference between 30 and 50, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, I'll pay 40, or actually I'll say like 35. Like I'll go up like, okay, how about $35?
Mm-hmm.
And then like, man, the best I can do is 40.
Right.
Dummy. It's like you just sold it $20, right? But eBay allows you to look at what it's sold for. So if the retail is $65, you're paying retail. So that's like,
Right.
when we go to James, James or I'm just using James again because he owns a toy store, right? 9 times out of 10, most places, like when you sell them something, they only give you 40% of retail.
Right. They
So
gotta make theirs, yeah.
right, if it's worth $100, they're only going to give you 40 for it. That is, unless it's GameStop, and if it's worth $100, they're going to give you $3 for it. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's like 3%, something stupid. But that's like how normal businesses work. Like, yeah, I'll buy it off you, but I'm only going to give you 40%. And that's really pushing it too. Like that's just a rule of thumb. That's not for everyone. That's just in my mind from all the people I know, that's how it is. And then you have your markup. And of course, some places are going to mark up slightly above
Right.
retail. So there's always wiggle room. Just remember that, kids. So, except for at our store. At our store, it's full price, baby.
Yep. Got to.
Get you a t-shirt. So, anyway. Anything else, Sean? Are we good? This was a fun one. This is better than the last one we did.
Yeah, it was. It was better than the last. So, no, I think we covered everything.
All right. Well, remember, keep in mind, King Sphinx is coming out for the giveaway this month.
Yes. So stay tuned if you're into Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
And then let us know in the comments what you enjoy. Like, what's your collect? Like, are you a VHS collector? Do you like Mighty Morphin? What do you want us to talk about? If you hate us, you can put that there too.
Do that too. We don't give a shit.
We know what happens if you give us a 1-star review.
Yeah.
So
we'll talk shit about you. It's great.
Cocksucker. Okay, anyway, so I'm your host, Brandon.
I'm Sean.
And we are out of here.
Bye.
Hey, found the button this time, bitch.
Hey.
Thanks for listening, everyone. As always, we appreciate every single one of you guys. So if you could, go to our Instagram and follow us at Turbo Geeks Ultra Podcast, all one word, and check out all of our cool skits and fun posts that we do there. Also, while you're there, you can click our LinkedIn right in the bio, and that'll take you to all of our other links, including our store, TurboGeeksUltra.com, where you can get t-shirts, hoodies, stickers, cool stuff like that, just to show off to all your friends that you listen to one of the most turbo podcasts on the internet. If you want to buy us a coffee, you can buy me a coffee at Buy Me a Coffee. Doing a podcast is fun, but it's also expensive. And if you want to support us, every little bit helps. As always, I'm Brandon, and we are out of here.